Hey guys, it's me, Mouse here. Way back in the olden days when I was just a wee little baby, my parents would love to go on vacations for the summer. And seeing as leaving me on my own would mean utter chaos, I got to come along too. One day on vacation, me and my family were coming back from swimming and had just returned to the lobby of the hotel we were staying at. After we checked in, we started heading for the elevators to get back up to our floor, as you do. I was excited to get back to the room and relax for a bit, but when I glanced back, I noticed my family was moving a little above snail speed, at best. I was fine with it in the moment. I wasn't in too much of a rush. That is, until I saw the elevator doors open with no one inside. Is it just me, or is there always a rush as a kid when you see the elevator doors start to open, like a race against time before it closes again? Or you have to wait another millennia for it to come all the way back down. And, being the awkward little child I was, seeing it completely empty was a double jackpot. Thinking my family noticed this as well, I began booking it towards the elevator. Once I made it inside, I looked back to my family, expecting to see them right behind me, but that was not the case. Instead, they were moving at the same exact snail speed as usual. My family was not fazed by me running off to the elevator at first, since there's usually a button that allows you to keep the doors open. If anything, I was doing a nice favor for them. However, they overestimated one thing. I was a 3-year-old. Although I have watched my brother press the same button many times in the past, I thought it was some kind of magic. And although I was standing right in front of it, looking right at it, my brain could not possibly comprehend actually pressing it. The look on my parents' faces as they see the door start to close was utter panic. They dropped everything and rushed over to the elevator. My brother made it there first and told me to press the button in a panic. But like I said, even with it being right in front of me, even with my brother pointing at the button for me to press, I could not dare even start to conjure the idea of pressing it down and holding it. My parents finally got to the doors, but they made it a little too late, and the doors had nearly closed. I took a final glance at my parents as they tried to instruct me on what button to press in a desperate act to save me, but I was far too gone. Remember how I said I had a pea brain as a child and couldn't even comprehend anything? Well, that's very consistent throughout the story. Even though my family was in the lobby, which is level 0, I pressed level 5 instead, hoping it was my floor. The elevator hesitated, and then began to rise menacingly. I waited in complete panic silence the entire time up. I felt the elevator halt, and the doors opened. Every floor in this hotel was identical, so when I came out of the elevator, I knocked on the door that would have been our room. But here's another key pea-brain moment, because if this room was actually my family's room, then no one would have been in there to answer, and I would have been stuck there until someone found me. I'm really the king of intelligence, aren't I? Thankfully, my empty head was outnumbered by luck, and someone answered the door. A sweet old lady came out of her room and asked me if I was all right. I tried to answer, but I immediately burst into tears and could barely get a word out. She looked very concerned and decided that she would report this lost child to the lobby. There was 3 elevators on this floor, and she guided me over to the first one. She could not reach the elevator buttons herself since I believe she had a cane of sorts, so she asked me to press the down arrow. But my brain, it was just too empty. Down? What is down? Could you elaborate, miss, of what this word indicates, for my brain is unable to analyze what this sentence means? No, I didn't actually say that. Instead, I just did what every other scatterbrain would do. I pressed the up button. She hesitated at first. I think she was shocked with how pea-brained I was. So she marked it off as a simple mistake, and we moved on to the next elevator. She guided me once more, and I understood clearly what to do, but my brain, it was just too powerful, too small. And I pressed the up button in the panic. We just have a little staring contest for a bit, then we move on to the final elevator. And you guessed it, I pressed the up button. I honestly have no clue what was going through my head for that last one. We wait a couple minutes in silence, then one of the elevator doors becomes available again, and something clicks. Only for a second, but enough time for me to finally press the down button. The doors opened, and inside my brother is waiting with the phone in hand. Apparently my family split up to look for me, and after a nice reunion, and after my family thanked the woman kindly for putting up with my scatterbrain, we made it to our room. To this day, my brother takes credit for finding me. But it was that single second where my only brain cell sparked that I was able to save the day.